The end of 2024 is here. It's been a quick year. I mean, it felt like yesterday was January 1st, but it's that time of the year to talk the best movies of the year per me. Okay, let's all not be super aggressive because this is my list, okay? There's been some great movies this year. There's been great movies that I've missed. I haven't seen every single movie this year that came out, but the movies that I did see, there was 10 favorites of mine, and I'm gonna rank them because that's what we all love to do. We love ranking because that's just what YouTube likes. So when I do this list, just be respectful, okay? It's just a movie. If your list is different, that's cool. Just don't disregard me as a dumb person. I would love to hear your list. I want to hear your favorite movie of the year down below in the comments, and let's all just celebrate loving movies because this was a pretty good year. Starting off with the honorable mentions, we have Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, one of the best movie theater experiences of the year. Inside Out 2. Did not know how good this was going to be, but wow. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This one took more rewatches for more to really enjoy the movie, but I really like this and I can't wait to see where the franchise goes. We have Civil War. This year was a voting year. This movie was talked about and I really liked it. And then finally, coming in very close, Furiosa. This was a great movie. It's a shame it flopped at the box office, but hey, the movie is still great. So those are my 5 honorable mentions, so let's finally get to the list. Now, when it comes to making my top 10 list, it is a little difficult putting movie at number 10 because it's obviously the bottom of the list, but it's still a really good movie. Number 10 is The First Omen. I was surprised. This movie just was not up my alley, and when I saw it, I walked out of there saying, that was better than any Omen movie I think I've ever seen. Okay, now I haven't seen the original Omen in a while, but the first Omen was awesome. It was creepy. It was so well directed. The sound mixing, the music, and the amazing performance by our female lead. She truly gives one of the best horror performances of the year. The first Omen is such an underrated prequel that I recommend it to any horror fan. Now, moving on into 9th place, we have Cuckoo. This movie is probably the smartest script written all year long. I absolutely loved looking at this movie. The actual story is so subtle and so creepy with so many themes and hidden things about a cuckoo bird that my friend had to explain it to me, and then when I rewatched it, it blew my mind just how smart this script is, because when you watch it, yeah, you got creepy stuff that happens. You're like, oh, there's a creepy lady who screams at them with like weird eyes. There's a lot more to it. I think this movie is awesome. Hunter Schefter is actually amazing in this movie. The cinematography, the coloring, Dan Stevens. Cuckoo is a cult classic in the making. Now with my number 8, this one definitely took a rewatch because I was worried after the first viewing I wouldn't like it as much. And after the second viewing, I can tell you, I still really like this movie. Number 8 is Strange Darling. The cinematography in this movie, it's beautiful. This movie is so well paced. It's told not in order, and honestly, I'm not a fan of that. Even Pulp Fiction does that kind of stuff, and I'm not even a big fan of like that storytelling. This movie does it in a way where it keeps you guessing, and by the end of the movie, for a first viewing, your jaw is on the floor. I will admit, on the second viewing, it wasn't as good, but the movie stuck with me. I love the performances by everyone in this movie, especially our main female lead. She truly, if any year, like, she should be Oscar talk. This movie is gorgeous to look at. It's highly recommended from me. Oh, putting number 7 together was really tough because I really love this movie, and after a second viewing, it just solidified it as my favorite animated movie of the year. We have The Wild Robot. This movie is gonna make you cry. This movie is gonna make you laugh, smile, and the best part about it is kids can enjoy this movie and parents can really enjoy this movie. Will it hit parents harder than kids? Most likely, but the beautiful animation, the beautiful storytelling, it was a movie that I only saw once in theaters, but it was a movie when I got on 4K, I instantly rewatched because it was such a great world that I cannot wait to revisit because we're supposed to be getting a sequel. Okay, now with number 6, a lot of you are saying, why isn't this number 1? But hey, this movie is going to be on everybody's list, probably higher than mine. Number 6, Dune Part 2. Honestly, I don't see why Dune Part 2 shouldn't be on everybody's list. If you're not into sci-fi, that's a good reason. But Dune Part 2 is flat out just a beautiful movie. I think everything that you put into a movie in production, acting, storytelling, CGI, anything you put into a movie, Dune Part 2 did it right and did it better than anyone. Denis Villeneuve should be nominated for an Oscar. This movie should be nominated for a bunch of Oscars. It's one of the best sequels ever made. It's one of the best science fiction stories to be told on a big screen. And I remember seeing this in IMAX with a packed crowd, and I just left a different person. Honestly, it was one of the best IMAX experiences I've ever had, and the movie just kept me engaged throughout the total runtime of this movie. I cannot wait to see what they do in the franchise, but my goodness, Hans Zimmer not being nominated, because after Kiss the Ring, I am just mad because that score is amazing. Now we are entering into the top 5, and number 5, for a minute, was always number 2. It did move down to number 5 after some rewatch, but this movie is still up my alley. Number 5 is The Substance. I don't really want to tell you a lot if you've not seen this movie, but a lot of you have talked about it. This movie has great word of mouth. The body horror is absolutely breathtaking. It is out of this world, so good. The performances by our 2 female leads, Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore, are both Oscar worthy, and I am shocked how much Oscar talk this movie is getting, all the awards love. I did not expect that. This movie is different, it's gory, it's beautiful, and the messages about females in the entertainment industry, bodies, I mean, it is something that I truly loved revisiting on a second rewatch. I highly, highly recommend it for non-horror fans, and definitely body horror fans. 4th place is actually a very, very, very recent movie. Number 4 is Nosferatu. Alright, okay, yes, this was my most anticipated movie of the entire year, and honestly, it delivered. Honestly, I feel like if I've seen it 1, maybe 2 more times, this could be 2 or 3, but it sits at number 4 because I absolutely love this movie. Bill Skarsgård, in my opinion, gives the best supporting actor performance of the entire year. I don't see why he shouldn't be nominated. I did not see Bill Skarsgård as an actor who acts in a movie. That was not him. Lily Rose Depp is amazing. Nicholas Hoult, William Dafoe, the cinematography. I mean, it probably is my favorite cinematography of the entire year, because this movie is beautiful. The haunting gothic tale of Dracula from that original Nosferatu 1922 movie being shown in 2024 in a remastered Robert Eggers version. It's everything I wanted. It's everything I wanted even more. If you've not seen it, it's currently in theaters on the Merry Little Christmas it came out on. Here we go, the top 3. And number 3, this one shocked me. Did not think I was going to love this movie as much as I do, but here we are. Number 3 is Wicked. Wicked's great, okay? There is a lot of people giving this movie hate, but you know what? It's because it's popular. Because, like, the song Popular is popular. Jokes. But no, I absolutely love this movie. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are both giving award-worthy performances in this movie. The production design, the music has been stuck in my head. Defying gravity in my car on the highway going 70 is such a mood, I can't even tell you how it feels. It's amazing. I love it. I cannot wait to see what part 2 goes. The movie as a whole is just truly one of those musicals that has stuck with me, and I'm not even a big musical person, but this story and where it goes next, I'm so excited to see what John Woo does with this. Was it John Woo? John Chu? I'm messing up his name. All I know is Ariana Grande, supporting actress, she's got it. Okay, so these top 2. Number 2, I'm a little nervous to say, but it's my opinion. I'm proud of my list. But I know some of you. I know a lot of you are what are you going to say in the comments. And honestly, I'm here for it. I'm ready. Number 2 is Lisa Frankenstein. Okay, so if you've been watching me and you know the history I've had this year with a certain actress that we'll get to in a second. But Lisa Frankenstein was a movie that when I first saw, I had a really fun time with. I kept watching it, and then obviously it led to me going to Florida in May to go to my very first horror convention to meet the lovely Catherine Newton. She is amazing. She is great. She is great in this movie. And the movie itself, besides me meeting her, is a fun movie. This is literally my comfort movie this year. I will continue to watch this movie. I've loved what I've learned about this movie, going to 2 horror conventions, hearing Cole Sprouse, hearing Catherine talk about this movie, and just the love and passion they put into it, and me getting to ask questions to them about this movie was absolutely great. And I know what you're going to say. You meeting them influenced this movie. So what? I really love the movie. I think it's super sweet. It's stuck with me. It's different type of love story while being creative, bringing in that Heathers vibe, Edward Scissorhands, and making its own. Lisa Frankenstein. And I loved it to death. And me and my special lady friend have really grown together with this movie and our passion to make horror movies of my recent short film. This movie did that for me, and it's my number 2.
Hi. Hey, nice to see you again.
Hi.
We met earlier.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. My name's Jacob, by the way.
Jacob, yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Or, yeah.
Ma'am, come on. I think it was just a southern politeness.
I'm from South Carolina, so it's,
All right.
it's the South.
I should bow? I don't know.
But now, if you've been watching me all year and you know me, you know my number 1. But if you've not watched my YouTube videos, welcome. My name is Jacob. Here's my number 1 favorite movie of 2024. And honestly, guys, 2 through 10, all great movies. I love those movies. Nothing touched this one. And I mean, from the past couple years, I've had my number 1 favorites. This movie has entered into my top 20 favorite movies of all time. I love this movie. I've seen it 6 times in theaters. Didn't mean to, just kind of happened that way. I've seen it multiple times on Blu-ray, and this movie changed my life and changed something for me to make a short film that is so inspired that I cannot wait for you guys to see. My short film is called Ruby. That's the first time I've told the title, and I'm so excited for you guys to see it. But my favorite movie of 2024, without a question, not even close, honestly, it's Abigail. As soon as I saw this movie, as soon as I was down in this theater, I loved the story. I loved the characters. I loved the situation. I love that I had so much fun with this movie, because watching this movie, if I was the director, I would have not changed a frame. I love the sound mixing, the sound design, the blood, the gore, the makeup, the actors, the characters. You put bad guys in a house with a vampire little girl, and these people are bad people, but I start to care for them when they start getting picked off one by one, and the movie just kept me intrigued the entire time. I'm literally never bored in this movie. I love that the movie takes its time to build its characters, and then it goes right to your face and says, vampire ballerina, and you have a great time with this movie. And yes, this movie inspired me to go and meet the Abigail cast in Ohio for a horror convention at Horror Hound. This cast is lovely. Alicia is so sweet. She is so kind and nice. Kevin Durand is a man. That's all I can say. And yes, for the second time in 1 year, I met Catherine Newton. She remembered me, and I remembered her, and it was fantastic. She's a lovely person, and she did an amazing job in this movie, and she delivered one of my favorite scenes in the movie, and her scene alone inspired my new short film, Ruby, which you will learn about next year. But Abigail stands alone. It was always my number 1. As soon as I saw it, I could not stop thinking about the movie. It's been part of my life now. I think about it weekly. It honestly might be my favorite vampire movie. Honestly. I love Abigail. I love everything about it. I love everything that it's done for me this year and moving forward. This is a movie I'm going to continue to revisit, a movie that I truly love the passion and work that the 2 directors gave us, and they truly made a movie that I will dearly love for all of my life. And there it is. There's my top 10 list. What did you think about it? I know a lot of you are going to say about my top 2, but hey, this year's been amazing for me. I have absolutely loved this year for movies, especially in the horror genre. And yes, I do plan on doing a top 10 horror movies, even though if you look at my list, 7 of the 10 were horror movies. So it'll be a fun list to basically go over again. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed my video, hope you enjoyed the list. Top 10 worst. it's coming. It's coming along. There were some bad ones. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.
I think that would be it for me. Jennifer's body.
Love that answer.
Thanks, Jacob. See you on the set.